Hello. How is everybody? Happy Monday. So excited to be here with you all. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Monday is Mondaying. Um, so I'm excited to be here with you. My name is Sammy, and I support My High with some of their website reviews and onboarding clients with their done-for-you website builds. So working on strategy and kind of teeing things up so that we have great success with our websites that we're building, and we can get those conversions and get things happening and moving and grooving for you in your businesses. So thank you for being here. We have 3 websites today that we'll be reviewing their homepage. And what I'm looking for is consistency in language. Do I understand what you do, who you serve, the problem you solve? Am I the right client for you? Do I need your product? So I'm kind of looking at it from the strategy standpoint. Is it easy for me as a visitor who doesn't really know a lot about your business to be able to navigate through kind of what it is that you do? And super fun for me. But just don't forget that if you are an Oh My High customer, the wonderful Lisa Duck also goes live inside the Oh My High community every single week to answer your questions for how to build your website. And this is one of my most favorite things about Oh My High is their attention and care to their customers and support of you to make sure that you're getting what you need as you are building out your platform. Okay, let me get my ducks in a row here. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Let me share my screen, and we're going to go through these 3 websites. Hold on. Whoops. Did I go away? Okay. We'll get there eventually. The best part of doing it live. Okay. Here we go. And we're going to start with Melanie. Let me get my screens where I need them. Okay, we're going to start here with Melanie. And holistic nutritionist, metabolic balance coach, Shackley ambassador. Okay, so let's start at the top. Want to get started on your health journey? Book your free complimentary call today. Okay, so I love a good announcement bar. I think that's great. We want to be hyper specific because likely that is what people are going to see first. That's where their eyes are going to go. So they probably don't know. They might know a little bit about what you do, but you know, when it comes to nutrition and all that stuff, there's still a lot of different kind of niches that you can go into. So want to get started on your health journey, maybe think about that as more specific pain point. Like, what is it about their health journey that they're struggling with? Who is the person that you're talking to most? And how can you connect to them where they know immediately, like, you kind of understand the problem that they have and the results that they're looking for. So book a free complimentary call today. Again, this is nitpicky, but free and complimentary are kind of the same word. So maybe like, since you have space in here, like book your free call today too, and then like kind of what that experience is going to be, what will happen in that call, how will you support them, what's in it for them to get that call. Make that super clear. Nutrition, beauty, green home, membership. Okay, so love this image, super great. Love this photo of you. This is all also, oops, sorry. This language is also great. The only one that I don't understand is membership. I don't know what that means to me at this point. Maybe it means something to other people, but to me, like these 3 are pretty clean and clear. I don't know what membership is, but doesn't mean that this needs to be changed. Home, about me, blog services, want a free sample. I might also, since you also have space here, put like want a free Shackley sample or a category. Are the samples beauty samples, green home samples, and it might be multiple, so you might just want to put your company in there so people know quickly what it is that you're doing. Okay, let's scroll down. Your body is talking. Are you listening? Okay, so here, this is great because you're talking about the why, right? Or the who. Subtle signs that their bodies are sending. Reclaim energy, balance, hormones, and feel incredible in your own skin. And then I love this with personalized coaching. Yes, Okay, so maybe pull some of this language, not about you, but just some of that language up here. This is a great place before people have to scroll to really get them excited about what it is that you do. So you have a lot of this language already here. Rewrite it from the standpoint of the person who's reading it, so like they feel like you're talking directly to them. Great language. You can still keep this here, but maybe put some bullets up at the top to really connect and engage with people, because that's great. And this might just be me because I'm getting older and my eyes are terrible, but the font feels a little small. Again, nitpicky thing, but you do have space. It might be nice to have that font a little bit bigger. Love the quote. Discover the freedom from feeling your best. Personalized one-on-one guidance. Yep. Simplify wellness. And you might even want to play with like bolding some of these key things that are about how your process works, right? What's the problem I solve? How do I solve that problem? And why am I qualified to solve that problem? So we already talked about what's the problem I solve coming up at the top. Now here's where you're talking about how you solve that problem. So make it super easy. Either bullet this paragraph a little bit or bold and highlight some of these things. Yep. Yep. The other thing, and this is just in general for people, a lot of times, no matter what it is, that transformation. So we as consultants, coaches, people who have used our products for a long time, we see the transformation. We've experienced it. We've experienced our customers going through it, right? We can feel it. For people that are looking to make especially a health change and healthy habits, they've likely tried it before and it didn't work, or they're scared to try it, or they think they're going to come into a situation and somebody's going to tell them to change their whole life. That transformation is too far away. So when we think about words here, maybe even testing, I think you asked a question about how do you get more conversions? How do you build that a little bit more? Hold on. Am I frozen? No. Maybe I'm not frozen. Okay. There must just be serious lag. Okay, so when we think about the words that we're using, we want to give people a quick win. So even though we know big picture, this is where I'm going to guide you and take you, we don't want to make it too overwhelming to where they're like, oh my gosh, that's too much effort. I can't, there's no way I'll ever get there. I've never gotten there before. So if you're getting people in with a free consult, think about like, what's a quick win? So book a consult today and get my free 15 steps or first 5 steps you can start today or something, or and customize the 3 things you can do in 15 minutes a day or less, right? So really being specific and intentional with this word, because start your transformation sometimes is a little bit too much of a journey for people to go on at the beginning. It's time to get real about what's holding you back. Download my free guide, Reclaim Your Ideal Weight, and start your journey to a healthier. Okay, so download your free guide. Okay, I love this as a concept, as a lead magnet. I think it's a great topic. You talk about weight here. You don't necessarily talk about weight anywhere else. So if this is going to be, because this is all about healthy habits, simplifying wellness. So this might be a bit of a reach. So 2 things. I love it as a concept. So maybe when you're rewriting your language, thinking about how you incorporate that into all of your language so it's consistent in a way that's still authentic and talking about wellness, because reclaiming your ideal weight, again, can come in a bunch of different ways. It can look like a bunch of different things. Is it nutrition? Is it fitness? Is it I mean, like everybody's talking about GLP-1s, whatever. Like it's like I can come up with a bunch of different things about what I think reclaim your ideal weight means. So either give this a bigger, expand on this a little bit more about what's in the guide, and also maybe include some of that language more in your upper section so that people can start to connect the dots there and know that you're going to approach the ideal weight from a standpoint that is going to connect with how you would execute that in one-on-one coaching. And And sorry, sidebar, love that this says reclaim your ideal weight and not like get your beach bod or whatever. Like, I think that this title seems to match really well with kind of the branding and the language that you already have. How can I better support you? This may be the same form that you're using for your free samples. I don't know, because you're asking for address. And I know that it's not required, but when we think about contact information for forms, less is more. So what's the most, what's the least amount of information that you need to be able to support your people? So I would maybe not have your address in here. Name, email, and optional phone, I think is great. And I love that you kind of have this here in a message. I might just play with removing, again, if the goal here is conversions, the least amount of information we ask, the better. Yeah, join my free recipe group. Okay, so this is a Facebook group. I would also call that out. And maybe put a different description here that's like, join my free Facebook group where we publish weekly meal prep ideas, or like get really specific with what it is that you do. It doesn't need to be super wordy, a sentence or two. But again, if we want people to make those conversions, we got to make sure that they clearly know what's in it for them. Yep, same here. Take your first step to feeling better is great, but I need support with symptoms. We also want to remember that as people are scrolling our website, that doesn't mean that they read everything from top to bottom like I'm doing here. And a lot of times people will scroll all the way down to the bottom. They'll want to check a few things out. So I love that this has like big bold text for people to kind of catch as they're scrolling, but always don't ever assume. Always don't ever assume. That's really good language. Always assume that people haven't seen the rest of it. So we want to kind of make sure we're adding context and adding exactly what it is, like what is in it for them. Testimonials, great. And then I think this must be a blog section. So maybe put a new header here. Yep. And then social media, you've got your footers linked up. Great. Yeah, I love the colors. The formatting is great. I think just playing with the language a little bit and just being hyper specific and clear about who you are, what you do, who you serve, how you serve them, that you're pretty close and it looks fantastic. I love the purple. Hi, Evelyn. Okay. And Marcia is here, so let's go through Marcia's site. And I feel like, did we go through your site? Have we gone through your site before? Your prayer journal is very familiar to me. I'm gonna go and do the Busy Mom site first. But Lisa, I know you're watching. Was there a specific page that Marcia wanted me to look at? I'm so sorry, friends. I did not look at our task thing before I hopped in here because Monday was Mondaying and I lost track of time. So I'm going to go into Michelle's. Yeah, and so Lisa, if there was a particular page or something that I was supposed to be reviewing here, will you please let me know? So sorry for the chaos. What would we all do without Lisa Duck in our lives? That's what I want to know. Okay. So let's do Michelle Pratt. Here we go. Okay, this is great. Dinner done in 30 minutes or less, right? Super specific. Okay, Marcia, I see your chat. I will do that page. But it's super specific. I know exactly what it is. Find quick recipes. So perfect. I think this tells me exactly what I need and what I'm going to get in return. I might double check the just Google search color contrast checker. I'm not 100% sure that this magenta-y color, I don't know what color you would call it, is compliant on the blue. It might be a little bit bright, so just double check that. But love the clean language. Awesome. Join my team, register for Kitchen Live, Kids Club. So yeah, I mean, these are fine in the navigation. I don't know what they mean, but I'm sure if I know you and I want easy access to those things because I'm a part of your community, I do know what those are. So we'll leave those alone for now, but the rest of it's great. Love that you'd have Pampered Chef right up here at the top. These photos are beautiful. So good. Love that you're showing cookware and food and your beautiful smiley face. That's amazing. Love it. Yeah. So I would say at the beginning, if your goal from this website is to grow your team, then I think this language is great and totally fine. If your goal for your website more so is to make sales, then I would maybe talk about the perks of how Pampered Chef can get you dinner done in 30 minutes or less, right? I don't know your business that well to know kind of what your priorities are for the website, and one is not better than the other, but just something to think about. Again, above the fold is what people see before they have to scroll. So we want to give them the biggest bang and the biggest punch right at the beginning. So not right or wrong either way, but just pay attention to what is your biggest goal. It looks like it is building your team, and that's fantastic. This language is perfect and supportive of that. This is super cute. Bringing people together. Love this. Yep, and I love that you're bolding certain things. I will say, and again, I don't know your brand a whole lot, or not your brand, but your business. This definitely reads and looks very ChatGPT to me, which again is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT. Use it all the time to help write. If emojis are part of your general branding overall, leave them in. If they're not, just be intentional about when you're using ChatGPT to write stuff that it still looks and feels like you. And for me, since I use it all the time, the emojis and can, especially like in the buttons, can sometimes scream it. Doesn't necessarily matter. People don't care, but as long as the words and the intention are authentic, just be really careful about them. Here are 3 of my absolute must-have Pampered Chef tools. Yep. Great. Easy. Goes to your shop page. Yeah. Looks good. Join my newsletter. Quick recipes and kitchen hacks straight to your inbox. Perfect. Again, this mimics what you have at the top. So the consistency in quick meals, especially in the language that you have with your favorite products, I think this is all in alignment. So your language is all very similar, moving through it all, which is great. Connecting with your audience on that pain point, which is quick, easy meals. Don't we all love that? Yes. These are all hyperlinked, which is fantastic. Yeah, I think you're doing a great job here. Super clean, super easy. Just, kind of figuring out if this is the right place for this, or if it's better to have it on a blog or to add another section about joining your team. Again, based off of your priorities for your business and what you need your website to do. Because websites can do a lot of things. The goal is for it to help us reach our specific business goals. Okay, Michelle, great. If you use emojis all the time, by all means, keep them in there. Looks great. Okay, so we're going to come back here. We're going to do Marsha's Happy Camper Nails page. And yeah, okay. So we've already done the header and navigation in a past review. So we're just going to start here. And I love this image. You look stunning. The only thing that I might say is something that has your nails being shown a little bit more. I can kind of see them here, but this is a beautiful picture. Regardless, great that you have yourself there. We always want to have our faces so people can connect with us. Yep. Okay, This line I love. You really do your hair and makeup for others, but your nails, they belong to you. Every glance brings joy, and you deserve that. Love that. And such a great way to kind of frame that beauty and self-care and making it about us. Maybe make that another paragraph because you do have a little bit of space, just so that kind of gets called out because I love that line. Yep, great. This is great. Imagine a mani that's gorgeous, lasts up to 14 days, and fits your busy lifestyle. Yep. Hyperlink this because if you say check out my YouTube videos, I don't know where to go. I'd have to kind of scroll around and try to figure it out. So make it easy for me to do that. And then same, I would even maybe hyperlink let's chat and have that be your email address, or if you prefer text messaging, whatever that might be. So it could either be mail to MAILTO : then your email address, or SMS, or TEL : for phone and chat. Okay, and then for these big graphics, I would lean towards having really stunning photos that people were going to get excited about, and then you can explain it below, because this is a lot of words for people to see and read, and like on my computer, it's really tiny. Like I can't even really read what those are. And when we upload photos that have content on them, that content is not searchable. So those words are not searchable on your page for search engines. So it could be, since it is a newer company, or if you do feel like you need to explain more about it, that these could go to blog posts that talk more in depth about the press-on nails versus the LED gel nails versus your nail care. Nail care. So these don't have to necessarily go to product pages. I was talking with another Oh My High customer about this last week. So maybe sending these to a blog post that describes it more and then has some featured products that go to your shopping page, and then still keep these here. That's totally fine. But for people that want to know even more about what the product is and how that works, that would work also. Oh, Evelyn, yes, absolutely. You could totally hyperlink the contact page or your links page for a Let's Chat. I think that makes a ton of sense. Great point. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, shop YouTube channel. Yeah, and you could even just move this button, your YouTube button. Wait, where did that go? Up here, if you wanted to. Totally up to you. So yeah, I think we talked about this in your past testimonials also, like making these actual text on your website instead of an image. I know you can't format it exactly like this, but it's going to make that content searchable. Yeah. And then just hyperlink I think you're missing, I don't know if you need to have it for Clio, the disclaimer that's there. I don't know if it's on your other pages, but then yes, hyperlinking these so that it's easy for people to click on them. But I think it looks great. It gives me the information that I need. I don't know if you're doing parties or if you have options for people to shop other than just shopping. Sorry, we've got colds going around the house, and apparently my throat is deciding that now's the time to get dry. But you know, if there's other ways that people can shop with you, since this is a specific page for Clio Color, maybe adding in ways that people can shop with you. If it's just shopping your site, if it's I want to host a party, yada, 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 that might be something worth adding here just to keep it easy for people to see and to connect with you. Okay, I think that's it. Did we do it? I think we did it. Let me stop sharing my screen and move you back over here so I'm staring at you. Thank you so much for submitting your websites to be reviewed. Again, even if I didn't review your site, just remember that the things that we talk about here, regardless of your business, are all important as far as people understanding who you are and what you do. So I always follow the story brand model by Donald Miller. So if you're curious about kind of how I formulate and kind of think through some of these things, it's what's the problem I solve? How do I solve that problem? And why am I qualified to solve that problem? So always just be thinking about your website from the standpoint of the user, what they care about, what they need, and how you're the best person to help them kind of get what they need and feel good about themselves in the way that you are supporting them in whatever the product is that you're selling or the service that you're providing. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Marcia and Michelle, for submitting. And I will see you, gosh, next time it'll be October. Craziness. I'm not ready for it.